It may not seem like it, but I am currently at the centre of one of Scotland's premier business parks. This is Edinburgh Park. Edinburgh Park is home to over 7,000 employees. Big businesses like HSBC, Aegon and the Bank of Scotland all have offices here. What you might not be aware of though is that it is also home to statues of famous Scottish poets. From Edward Morgan to Jackie Kay and Liz Lochhead, 12 of the greatest Scottish poets from the last century are honoured here. However, 4 of these poets had a political viewpoint that would oppose the capitalist businesses that surround their statues. Soila MacLean, Hugh MacDiarmid, Naomi Mitchison and Hamish Henderson were all socialists. Could you tell me what socialism actually means?
The core values of socialism are generally taken to be equality, solidarity with your fellow human being, and an emphasis on social justice. So the overall effect is that people have their human needs guaranteed as social rights, and also the conditions for their development, be it educational opportunity, is not run according to social status or income, but according again to the right of every human to develop themselves, both individually and collectively as a society.
How would they react to being the centrepiece of a result of capitalism? I'm going to try to answer that question. But to do that, first I must look into one of these poets' lives. That poet is Hamish Henderson.
For me, Hamish, the legend, is someone that represents all that's best in Scottish folk culture and Scottish political culture. Hamish is someone who reminded us and helped Scotland as a whole rediscover its folk and Celtic roots and tradition, both by finding artists and collecting songs and bringing them to the wider Scottish public.
What began as an interest in his homeland's history has developed into an archive of over 9,000 recordings of songs, tales, poetry, folklore and oral history of international significance. What would Henderson think of being the centrepiece of a business park?
It is a little sad in that the park in a way does represent the temporary victory of global capital over the politics that Hamish held. However, I doubt he'd be too sad about this because he was clearly an optimist, certainly if his song The Freedom Come On Ye is anything to go by. And so as long as in Scotland there are people that still feel that there is a better way of doing things and are willing to fight for that, we'll still see Hamish's legacy for a long time to come, and we can take heart from that.
Henderson died on the 8th of March 2002. His widow unveiled his statue in June of 2003.